Morning. It is Sunday and it's wet and windy day. Well, it's not too wet today actually. It's just a slightly windy day in July, but not again as bad as it was yesterday. Today I am off to Morton. I feel quite out of practice. I haven't been anywhere, done anything for a bit, so hoping it all goes okay. Did have a jump this week. It was fine and she was very good. So fingers crossed. Obviously I haven't gone cross country for a bit and I don't like doing that normally, but just time, work, effort, everything's just not really been my fan. And so today we head off. Jancis is coming with me. I was supposed to go to Howick 2 weeks ago, but unfortunately I had a horse fall on the beach. It was just one of those really unlucky things. There was a black, if I'd been 5 minutes later or 5 minutes earlier, I wouldn't have had a problem. I was with two friends and had a black plastic bag following us, literally, as we were on the beach. And so Incy just absolutely freaked out, and it kept coming towards us. There was no way of getting away from it. And of course, the more it moved, the more she freaked out and just lost her mind and her legs and ended up going over. So it wasn't a terrible fall, but ended up crushing my leg. So that's taken about 2 weeks to get right. I didn't have any use of the left leg at all. But that's now all fine. Luckily it was all muscular and nothing more serious, and the horse is absolutely fine because luckily it was on sand, not on concrete or anything. So yes, we've ended up going to Morton, which wasn't the plan, but luckily Howick had a wait list so I could withdraw. But yes, today is going to be hopefully our last run before the Riding Club Championships, but reason I'm doing it now is in case I need another one because Dauncey is still taking entries, but not my plan to go there unless I really need it. Probably me more than the horse. I have a nice bit of Amazon Prime Day is a bit of an addiction, so I now have one of these to test out, see if that works. She's pretty filthy. She stays out overnight because she's a much happier horse being out 24/7. So we'll see if this actually works. My normal gadget buying to make life easier doesn't normally work. I've got various stud things, if anyone wants them, that just don't work. So yeah, let's hope this one actually works. So here's our before. We've got some, well, not too muddy, but we've got some good old mud in places, particularly on her neck. Obviously she looks thrilled. She knows something's up because she's already pooed. Thank you. So let's get the old spray gun out and see what happens. So now I have a clean horse. My verdict on the spray gun, I didn't show me using it because if people are really keen, I'll show it next time. But actually it worked quite well. Obviously got quite a nice bit of white to test. So the socks have come up what I call eventing okay, but they're not trot up okay. So if I was doing a trot up, then it's back to the manual, filling a bucket, purple shampoo, properly scrubbing in and out. But for what I would want for eventing, they're clean enough. So this is what I mean by, it's just a couple of little stains, which if I was doing trot ups, I would get rid of those. But for eventing today, it will be fine. So yes, all in all, pretty good. We've now got a clean horse, just needs platting and studs doing, and then she can have a feed. So I've just done studs, but thought I would show you my stud kit. It's something I moan about a lot, doing studs, hate it, but it's a necessary evil. So this is a Bradul, B-R-A-D-A-W-L, and it cost 50p. So pretty pleased with that. And actually it's brilliant, better than the Farriers now, because it's just a bit tougher and it was 50p and you're not going to likely to lose it somewhere where the horse can stand on it. So I like a short stubby one because it has less wobble and you don't end up cross-threading, which is great. And plus with this one, because it's short and stubby, you can get quite a lot of pressure on it if you've got a particularly hole that needs grinding away at. And then also I replace these every 2 years maybe because the thread gets worn. Though my camera keeps picking up other things to get focused on. Obviously adjustable spanner, easiest thing to use. And then stud wise, I tend to go for 3 types. I don't clean mine in between, should. And again, I tend to replace them every couple of years. I actually have more than 3 types, but these are my main 2 that I use. One for softer ground and one for hard ground. So just rely on those. Don't tend to need to use anything else. But if I do, if we've got some in between, I've got some slightly longer ones if I need them. And not that I've ever used these, but I've also got some if you were show jumping on sort of very good turf, then I've got those as well. So yes, that's my stud kit, very simple.
Right, we're at Morton. Incy's day out. We're actually parked basically in the middle of nowhere, so the dressage is over there, and then the cross country is way off in the distance. Over there somewhere. Oh, apparently I've got to go hold the horse. And then we're right at the back of the lorry park. Apparently I've got to hold the horse. And see. The joys of doing studs. We've had quite a lot of rain here recently, so we thought we'd be big studs, but Morton, it turns out, is very free draining sandy soil, so it's almost verging on still being a bit hard in places. So little pointy studs, I think. You can see, not impressed. She just wants to eat grass. Says it's delicious grass. Look at that face. Anyway, we're going to head down to dressage in a minute, so we'll join you then.
So here we go, it's another exciting dressage test. So my centre line did actually get a 9. She does do a good centre line. 11 foot, unfortunately, we end up disappointing a little bit further on. So now we have a turn left, turn right, which got a 7.5 more balance. Was the comment. Then on our turn right, we got a 7.5. Whole mark for just turning right. Then at this point, we have to do a 3-loop serpentine, and I have been practicing these, and I got an 8. Today was the first time that I didn't actually get banged for making mistakes in my test. I actually learnt my test properly. So who knew? Then the transition into canter, I got a 6.5. It's hollowed a little, which actually is fair. Then we did a circle right 20 metres and got a 7.5. So to be honest, it's not a huge amount of difference between these tests and my other tests, but the judge is just that little half a mark higher each time, I think, and that has made a big difference to my overall score. And then my trot got 6.5, more balance to a trot, which again is fair. Medium walk got 7.5. And then my free walk and a long rein got a 7.5. Good steps, more stretch. So that's quite generous because I think that's actually probably a 6.5. So we're probably a mark higher than we would have been. The medium walk to trot got an 8. Which again is probably slightly a mark higher than it should have been. The canter transition got a 6.5, which is hollowed. And then my circle got a 7.5. My transition got an 8. And then my serpentine got a 7, more balance. Yeah, on this range, just doesn't come through into the bride quite as much, so that is, I have been working on that. And then we got an 8 for this trot and half circle, which again is quite generous because she dips the pole slightly. And then onto the dreaded halt, and we got a 6 with quarters left, which is fair. So my overall paces was an 8, rider got an 8, 7 and then a 7.5 with comments. Good basic paces, she needs to develop more suppleness.
Dressage debrief.
I've been working really hard on the dressage lately. You might not be able to tell, but I have. Particularly after the comments keep coming in flexibility, especially to the left and right. So I have been working really hard on that. I'm going off for actual lessons, but nobody wants to watch those because they're really boring. going over basics. So yeah, she stayed pretty through, occasional head flip, but I feel like through the contact, she's not opening her mouth now. We've got her much more settled, where she's just slightly better. I still like her a little bit more through into the bridle, but I think that's a work in progress. We've got a couple of weeks yet to keep going. And I lunged her yesterday in side reins, not mega tight ones, because she still doesn't take the contact forwards, which was interesting enough, but actually that seems to work quite well. So yes, I'm
happy days.
Let's hope for the score.
Yeah, it's a pretty hot section. Lots of pros on very nice young horses, so we're not expecting miracles, but it was a nice test.
What's your guess?
Top end of 20s, 29.5.
I've been stuck in the 32s and the 31s.
I think it was better than that.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. Right, what was your prediction for dressage score?
31.
Mine was 29.5. You got 25.5.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, blind judge.
Very kind judge.
No, we were pleased with the test.
Jerry's watching at home on the live score, so she'll be getting very excited.
Oh, she will be excited. No, it was, I mean, she looks like a donkey right now, or a moose. That was better. But it was a nice test, so pleased with that. Just got to do a double clear.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
Simple, right?
I hate this kind of warm-up where it's like,
so we're
do
just
I warm up
waiting.
Here and lose a slot, or you know?
I think she is calling you as your number comes up. We're just waiting to go in the main show jump warm up because it's really tight. So they're only letting 6 people in at a time. And then the course is over there. It's in a nice arena, but having to just wait our turn. Anyway, we'll come back in a minute. Morton a bit before we go further out on the course. It's beautiful here. It's a proper kind of old-fashioned equestrian centre based course with a nice few questions. Not big, but a bit technical. So we'll see how Inzy goes. Shame to the pole, but we give her a pole. She's an event horse. A few people going around. Anyway, we're going to go further out on the course. So guys, this isn't Lucy, but I wanted to show you why I came over to this part of the course to film, because this is the most interesting part of the course to me. So quite an unusual little natural bank there. Not a true step off, but they sometimes read it as a bit of a step off. And then you'll see here you have quite a tight turn, and the first sort of more in your face jump is under the trees there. This is fence 6, I think, and then you do a loop round the back, and then again turn to a bigger table, and then under the trees again there's this double, which is all very nicely done. But I'll show you a bit closer up, because this is the kind of question that comes in at 100 that you don't really meet at 90, that can sometimes trip you up a little bit. This was actually supposed to be Nova's first BE100, but Nova is off games again, which is frustrating because he's probably going to end up missing pretty much all of the event season for really silly little niggles. This time he was just a bit of an idiot in the field and has wrenched the muscles in his back, so he just needs to go back onto a bit of rehab and rest, and I think by the time we're fit and running again it is going to be September, October, and then the season's done. Anyway, that's horses for you. So I'll show you a bit closer up the ones that I'm interested in and talk you through why. Here comes another one down that little bank. It's quite clever course building. Puts you on a bit of a related distance. This also isn't Lucy, by the way. Just come over a bit early. Anyway, okay, so this is the question. So like I said, quite early on in the course, they've only had simple fences so far. Come down that little bank, and then you just turn and you're in under the trees. So it's a bit light to dark, the shadows are on it. It's not a big oxer, but it's the biggest thing you've jumped on the course so far. You see the novice one next to it, it's just a bigger scale of the same question. And then loop round, and there's that oxer over there related to this double. Again, not big. This is a pretty friendly 100, good stepping up course, but interesting question. Oh, this is Lucy, finally, in a bit of a hold on course. Oh, yep. Nice, good girl. Easy peasy. Good girl. Off into the distance.
Log combination 18 A and B. Lovely textbook jumping through there for Lucy. Just the final fence to go for this combination. Well done, Lucy. Nice round, nicely over the final fence.
This is the highlight of my day. Watching the horse have a temper tantrum about her ice boot.
So she last had these on as a 6-year-old, where she went nuts. So since then I have actually put some work in.
Yeah, it really looks like it.
Right,
she looks so happy.
Right, I need to get the other one on.
Oh my god, we've got 3 to go.
No, I think I might
Oh, just the fronts, okay.
We're not going for the backs.
Are we training Spanish walk or something?
Well, good shoulder mobility.
It is, isn't it? You should do this before you do your dressage. Might improve the trot. Anyway, you're going to do jumping phases debrief?
Show jumping, I felt like she jumped really well. A little bit disappointed to have the pole, just got a bit close.
Yeah.
But she probably needs to go up a height, but I'm not brave enough yet.
She does need to go up a height, yeah.
But I have entered Area Riding Club Team Show Jumping going straight in at 105. So that's very brave for me. And then cross country, a bit worried because I haven't gone cross country schooling for a month, and she is a horse in the past that I used to take to the day before I went competing. Last year she'd go the day before, as a 6-year-old she'd go the day before because she was a nightmare. So this is my experiment today. How could I go a month without going cross country schooling? So she was a bit spooky in the warm up, but luckily they'd sanded all the takeoffs because that's actually the biggest worry with her. We're slowly getting more normal.
Yeah, if she meets sand or something on the course for the first time, she has a proper good spook, and
especially if it's early on because she's not properly
that's what
focused.
she did at that kill, isn't it?
Yeah, we had a bit of a miss her at fence 1 where she was a bit cocky, but actually it was good for her and me probably because we then sorted ourselves out. Nixie. And then a bit spooky at fence 4, which is a step up, but actually really good. And then fence 5 had a bit of a look at the bank going down, but then, you know, that sorted her out actually because then you could just pop over the fence. The rest of it really, really good, really especially pleased through the water because she's not...
the water's quite technical, wasn't it?
And she's not a big fan of water, and I've worked really hard on that. I did ride her through a couple of puddles before I got there. I found every puddle I could. But yeah, no, so...
Yeah, so clear inside the time. Finished on 29.5, which is good, but it was a really competitive section, so only might get a low placing, but yeah, the pole was a shame. But that's eventing. So where next?
Well, now I don't need to enter Dauncey because I feel really confident after that run. She'll go cross-country schooling, she's got some show jumping, and to carry on working on the dressage. But in about 2 weeks' time, she will head to Swacliffe.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Riding Club Champs.
Riding Club Champs.
Which is 100 level as well, but it is more... It's a 3-day event, isn't it? And it is much more technical.
I went last year, obviously, when I was on chemo and not in a fit state to be doing. Shouldn't have been doing it really, but I was so determined.
How many jumps before you fell off?
Got to 29.
No, this was alright.
Yeah, ridiculous.
I doubt there were many other people there.
I fell off in the coffin. I was so wobbly and weak, I got unbalanced because she was pinging.
Yeah, she didn't do anything wrong, did she? She didn't stop or anything. She just,
no, it's just a rider
wobbled off.
A rider literally wobbled off. But annoyingly, Nikki, my friend who went with me, stopped recording. She's like, oh my god, oh my god. I was like, no, you should carry on recording.
Yeah, we don't mind. I'll film you when you're on the floor.
But no, up to that point, she'd been amazing. And even more gutting is that fence 10 was the cross-country photographer, so I didn't even get a photo of cross-country. All I had was a photo of my trotter.
It's all about the photo, guys, literally. Anyway, we're going to get the horse sorted and head on home. Yeah, good day though.